Hi, my name is Kiara. I am a native New Yorker who lives in Northwest Arkansas. This is my channel about quilting, cross stitch, and everything crafty. Today I'm going to take you on a journey with me as I do some machine embroidery. I am doing this design from Designs by JuJu. Go Sew Something. It has been sitting in my table in my room for about a year, so I just decided to take you along while I do it. My supplies I've cut out according to the table by Designs by JuJu. They give us a fabric cutting chart, and then we'll need some other stuff. Okay, I've cut things out, but I need to get my hoop ready. I'm going to be using my 6x10 magnetic hoop. I am stitching on a Brother Innovis Duetta 4500D. This is an older machine. You can no longer get it. It has served me well. Until I get the budget to get a new machine, she's just going to keep going on. Okay. So I need to iron SF 101 onto my background, and then I'm gonna use some heat and bond on my applique pieces. So I'm gonna go get that ready to go, and then I will be back and we will get stitching. Oh, so I'm all ready to go. I put my magnetic hoop with my no-show mesh in it, and we're gonna do our tack down. The first thing is to get the batting down. Got my batting. See, I'm looking for a camera another camera so I can get better videos. And this design supposedly takes 46 minutes. It's not a huge, Okay, it came unthreaded, so let's pull that out. We're just gonna come back. We're gonna use our plus minus, and we're gonna go back. Yeah, just about that. Sometimes it gets finicky when you're just doing on the batting. Okay, now we're gonna put our batting down. Not on the batting, when you're just doing on the stabilizer. I either cut this wrong or it really wasn't that much. Okay, now we're gonna I don't cut anything until later on, generally. For this. But I may trim this one. Because it does, if I can find my And these are one of my favorite kinds of scissors. They are Gingers. So I'm going to trim this and I'll be back and we'll follow along the next step. Okay, so right now it is stitching the quilting motif. Which I really like that the Designs by JuJu does this. They stitch the quilting motifs. I think it just gives it that extra polished bit. So we're gonna go through this. Next then, after it switches the quilting motif, we have to put in the top piece of fabric. So I'm gonna do the next couple of steps and then I'll show you before we get to the satin stitches. So let me show you what just happened. I don't actually know what happened. I was doing something and I heard the machine make a little noise. So I just cut everything off and I'm gonna have to start again. It started pulling and it ate it. So I'm gonna go, I don't actually know what happened, so I'm gonna go cut everything again. And I think I'm gonna switch to one of my other hoops, just my regular 6x10. That makes me sad. All right, so let me go redo and get to this step again and we'll see what goes on. Okay, and we're back. It took a while. I switched to my traditional hoop. I had to pull out because this hoop is so much bigger, I had to pull out my table so it didn't bounce off the wall, which was not a huge deal. But we're up to, I put this on and then I did all the applique tack down. And the only thing is on my applique pieces, I put Heat and Bond Light and then I just press them down. It's something I've done for years and I just like how it gives me a little bit of extra stability. Plus I have SF 101 on the back of this. Okay, so now we're gonna do all the applique satin stitching and I will come back when we're ready to assemble because I have to cook dinner too. So I'm happy that I didn't have the same issues. I did have a couple thread breakages, but that could be the thread I'm using. So I'm gonna go to the next step and keep going because I have to figure out, okay, so it's telling me I need deep rose, but I have a navy-ish blue, so I'm gonna go, I think, with this country blue. No, that's not a good color. Maybe this. Yeah, that'll look better. I gotta remember I changed all. What else does it need me to applique? Applique material. Hold on. I don't have any more applique. We'll have to see what that is. So when I was organizing, I didn't realize, I had watched something and I didn't realize, it shows you how you learn something new, that if you pull this out, you can put your thread tails there. I didn't know that. So we're gonna stitch down. Now we're doing our applique stitching, satin stitching. I kind of like this. And I just changed my colors, so as I go through, I'll have to pick colors. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'll be back in a little bit. So there are days where you should just hang up the embroidery machine and not do a design. Got to all the way to the last step, and I think we have an issue. Because I put the hanging tabs in this design, and the machine skipped. So we're gonna see if we can salvage this. I'm just gonna do a rough cut, and then I will come back and trim it. I just wanna, actually, we're not even gonna do that. We're just gonna turn this and see if we can. Actually, I'm gonna have to cut it and I'm gonna have to trim it, and let's see if I can fix it. I'll be right back. All right, so I was able to salvage it. I think the next time I made it, I would not use this kind of tab. It is just a little bit too bulky to go through all these layers. The only thing that's happening is I can't get my corners exactly. Also, I made these the size they said, and I just think they're too big for this size. But it came out so cute, and I'm happy, and I'm gonna hang it in the room. So thanks for coming along on this journey, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, bye-bye.